Hello everyone, and welcome to yet another focus on the possibility of a cold spell coming up next week, especially from around Tuesday onwards. So starting off with the GFS run, the midnight run from Thursday, the 23rd of the 23rd of November. You can see that we're seeing this high going northwards on Friday, and that's bringing some frost and fog over the weekend and some crisp sunshine. Now, into the weekend, we see this trough moving from the west, and this moves southwards by Monday and actually pulls in an easterly wind. Then we see a ridge forming right over us. And then what happens is we see a trough forming over Iceland, and this moves towards us, combining with the lows to the south to form just a general area of low pressure. But this centers to our south, I bring an easterly wind, a strong easterly wind with low pressure nearby, and if it's cold enough, there will be wintriness with that, if it verifies. If we go through towards Monday, Tuesday, into the 4th and 5th of December now, we see cold northerly winds with blocking towards Greenland, Iceland. Eventually, by the 8th of December, we're pulling in this milder flow from the southwest. Upper temperatures with the GFS run, looking at this. So, again, we put in some cooler air on Monday. It starts coming in on Monday. And then we put in the -5 ice storm on Tuesday now from the east. And what happens is we keep the cold air over us, and the low pressure engages with that cold air. And there'll be quite a lot of precip with that. And there can be quite a few marginal snowfalls. It depends on the exact dew point and the exact temperature for the snow to fall. So some marginal snow is likely here if this were to verify, and we have some cold air over us in December, strong easterly winds, lows to the south. Could easily be very wintry with that actually. And then going towards the 4th and 5th of December, more cold air with northerly winds. This ridge comes southwards, bringing some frosts, possibly very severe frost actually. And then we go towards the end of I go towards the end of the first week, of December, and we're seeing the Atlantic breaking through. Let's look at the ensembles for the GFS. Okay, so they're looking quite consistently and confidently cold from around the 28th onwards. Up to most of them are cold up towards the 4th of December. After that point, a few runs start lifting towards milder temperatures. However, the main signal is for the cold spell to be prolonged and continuous. Compare that to the GFS 18Z. Yeah, it's definitely trended colder from that actually. Next one is the ECM. The ECM midnight run is fully out. Let's do it in 24-hour blocks. There we go. Okay, so Sunday we see this trough moving in from the west, bringing some showery rain. Monday, the low is over us and the UK, but it's starting to move southwards, and heights are rising towards Greenland and not Greenland, no, Iceland and Scandinavia. Tuesday, we're into this easterly flow with possibly a few wintry showers over the eastern hills. Wednesday, we have a ridge over us, bringing probably a very, very hard frost. Thursday, now this is something new. We have a deepening area of low pressure to our southwest, and that will threaten to actually totally ruin this cold spell. Into Friday, we put in this easterly or southeasterly winds with rain coming in. What should I say? precipitation coming in. Saturday, precipitation around, possibly snow in the north, but probably rain in the south. And Sunday, I think the cold air actually wins out on Sunday. Upper temperatures with this. Again, Monday, start seeing the cold air, but Tuesday the cold air starts coming in. I think that the -5 ice storm comes in on Tuesday during the day. We're only looking at each day at midnight. So by Wednesday, we have the cold air over us on that ridge, so a very hard frost probably. Thursday, same thing, a very hard frost, that ridge, and the -5 ice storm over us. Actually on Friday, we keep it over us, especially in the northeast, despite that area of low pressure. But on Saturday, the mild air does come in over the south, especially. And on Sunday, the cold air tries to come back. This is something new, and that needs to be watched quite closely, because that has the chance to really destroy this cold spell. The UK Met hasn't updated yet. So actually, I want to look at the ensembles for the ECM upper temperatures. As far as we can go. We go to the 28th of November, and we can see that, I mean, we're definitely dropping towards the -3 to -5 ice storms at that point. So I think to that point, good agreement that it's going colder. We'll see them at the end of the video again, because just to give them some time to updates. There's the GEM. Okay, so GEM run, same thing into Sunday. That trough comes in from the west, moves towards the southeast, and pulls in this easterly wind on Monday and Tuesday before a ridge builds through the country to try and cut it off, brings some very hard frosts. Then we see a trough forming in that cold air, and that links to the slow to the south. Easterly, southeasterly winds into the 1st of December, and actually that's possibly very wintry into the first few days of December. Like the GFS, the ECM has us on the milder side of the boundary for a time, but that is actually something that could easily go wrong. Monday, Tuesday, the cold air starts moving in from the east. Then the cold air sits over us pretty much, but actually the mild air gets dangerously close to the south. Actually, on Friday, the Zoro's ice storm just brushes the south coast. Then beyond this, Saturday, 2nd of December, looks wintry and cold with easterly winds and over to the south. It's an ever-evolving situation here. It's the icon run, and actually this completely has it going down the pan from Wednesday. But I say Wednesday, Thursday onwards. Let's get this done. So the icon has that low pressure, has that low going southwards over Monday, putting in that easterly wind combined with the tides to the north. But look at this deep low to the southwest. This moves northwards and just pulls in the southerly flow on Thursday, and pretty much ruins the cold spell. But if that low goes this way and the heights rise over here, then the easterly would come back. But at this point, that's mild on Thursday, as early as Thursday. So going through the upper temperatures, then we can see cooling down Monday, cold air by Tuesday with that -5 ice storm onto the east coast. Then you can see this big wodge of mild air to the southwest, and that is that low system coming in, and it is mild by Thursday, especially in the west and south. But that low, I think, is moving this way to the east into Europe, and the cold air would probably come back in around the top of the low. So you know what I mean. And then finally, the arpège. Let's look at what this is showing. The final run. So very similar, really. Until Sunday, we start seeing the low come in. By Monday, we're into these cooler northeasterly winds. Unfortunately, we can't go any further with this. Upper temperatures at the point are cooling down. Again, this deep low is the thing that needs watching compared to the 12 says. Okay, yeah, it's much deeper compared to the 12 says. You know, yeah, so this low is definitely one to watch. So new things, new trends have shown themselves this morning. New threats, actually. These are threats to the cold spell. But if we stay on the cold side of the boundary, there'd be a real risk of wintriness, you know, at that point where the front is. Dublin, ECMWF ensembles, just see if they've updated anymore. No, they haven't updated anymore. We're still at the 12th, the 28th of December, and actually, this is the 18 says, the midnight run hasn't even come out yet. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'll do it again with today's 12 set runs. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.